Hello everyone, welcome to another video on my channel. So tonight I am riding solo because my husband and I have opposite work schedules, at least just for this week. He's on the night shift and I just got home from work, so when I came home he was already gone for the night, so I am by my lonesome. I am going to be using this time to do a whole house refresh. I should just be showering and going to bed since I was at work all day and I'm kind of tired, but I think it's a good time for me to do a reset, kind of just give some TLC to the rooms that need attention. Like my kitchen has dishes overflowed. I'll just kind of show you what the status of stuff is. We weren't able to get the trash collected, so we've got trash everywhere. I know it kind of doesn't look like it, but from other angles we got water bottles and stuff everywhere. But yes, so, and we've got a bunch of trash back there that we need to get picked up. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing, and also just kind of spending some time chit-chatting a little bit about working full-time and homemaking, as those are two important things, especially, or two prevalent things in my life, since the majority of my time I'm clocked in somewhere else. And when I get home, I want to put just as much time into here as I do at my work, but it's hard since I'm not here. I'm gone all day most times. But it's nice because tomorrow I have the day off, so I have a nice weekday break to also catch up on things and then be home while my husband's home during the day. So I'm getting this stuff clean tonight so I don't have to do that tomorrow when I'm with him and kind of not enjoy our time together. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and gonna get all the things checked off the list. So first order of business was put on some comfy clothes, and then I'm going to make our bed. I'm going to be sleeping in it in a few hours, but whatever. It's nice to come and lay down into a nice made bed. And it just makes my room look more put together. If my goal is to clean my room, first thing I'm going to do is probably make and tidy my bed. So it adds a level of clean to the rest of the room. Even if I don't get to the rest, it still kind of looks clean. One of the biggest things that I'm having to learn working full-time and trying to manage my home is not cutting corners when it comes to homemaking, but doing things that are really efficient, like making my bed and maybe not getting to the rest of my room. It makes me feel accomplished, makes me feel okay, I'm getting, and it's one of the most basic things, making your bed in the morning and getting that start to your day. But if I maintain my laundry, at least make my bed every day, then I feel more accomplished. It makes me feel okay, check, that's good, I can move on to something else. And so that's one of the also reasons why it was hard for me to manage or develop a chore routine, just because I wanted to make sure everything was perfect and deep clean every room. But sometimes you just do not have time for that. And I do not have time for that all the time when I'm getting home late and it's almost dark outside and I'm having to run around and touch every room. I just don't have time for that. So sometimes doing the basics is what helps, especially when you're not home all the time or working or something like that. So, but anyway, tonight I'm not going to be just doing the basics. I'm just going to do a very general clean and make the bed, get the laundry sorted at least, maybe start a load. But that's just one of my tips, is just making sure that you can make the big item of the room something you can easily achieve. So in the bedrooms, making the beds my big item that I achieve, and then it just makes you feel okay, I can not worry about that. This nightly house clean isn't something that is typical. Because our routine has changed a little bit is the reason why I'm able to kind of take advantage of some alone time and get some things done. Normally when I come home from work, I get dinner started right away. I usually try to make something within an hour or less, and that all comes from pre-planning the meal ahead of time, even if that means just pulling some meat out of the freezer to make sure something's defrosted for that night, cutting up vegetables in the morning, doing something earlier in the day that makes it easier for me at night. Because when I get home, the last thing I want to do is make a meal from scratch. I like to have things planned out at least a day ahead. That way I kind of have an idea of what to prep. But since I'm alone, I'm taking advantage of all of the time I can to get things back in order and things ready for when my husband comes home and has the house during the day. Okay, I already feel so much better. Even though this looks nice, there's still clothes and disaster on that side, but that's okay. Alright, so bedroom is clean, and so it was pretty easy sorted all the laundry, cleared off my dresser. All the floor is clear now. I opened the curtains just to add some light in the room, and a nice made bed. I still have to hang those up on the walls, but they're on the floor for now. But this room had its little TLC. I'll start laundry tomorrow. It's kind of rainy outside, so I can't hang up any clothes after I wash them. So it's been misty and drizzly all day. But next room is going to be the bathroom, which, oops, is here. So I started to pick up, I also got the clothes out of here too. But just gotta do a quick wipe down of the counter, get everything like out of here. And there's still a lot of stuff and decorating I'm gonna do, or am doing in here. So that's why there is a picture on the floor. I haven't hung that up yet, but we can clean it around. So I usually do just a quick bathroom clean. I don't make it complicated. One of the first things I do when I clean the bathroom is just clearing the counter completely and starting with the counter, which is also like the biggest space to me in the bathroom is the counter. So as long as I can get that wiped down, anything extra, which I'm going to be doing extras like shaking the rugs and stuff like that, but anything extra is just a bonus. So if I want to just do a quick cleanup of the bathroom, wipe the counter, wipe the toilet down, and that's pretty much it. Something that comes to my mind often is the fact that I feel like I live a double life. When I'm at work, I'm clocked in, I want to be productive, do a good job, and, you know, of course, have good relationships with the people I help and my coworkers. But when I come home, it's like I can just truly be myself and enjoy, you know, doing these things, cleaning and laundry and cooking and all that stuff. But sometimes I find that it kind of hinders my productivity because it's like I'm not even going to be there to enjoy it, or I can't make as many like in-depth meals as I'd like, but it all comes with time and being able to be productive in the time you have. And I just look forward to coming home every day and just being in my space, whether it's doing nothing or continuing to manage my home well. All right, and then last thing I'm going to do for the bathrooms is shake out all the rugs that I have here, sweep it, and then when I shower tonight, if I do it tomorrow morning, then I usually keep like a scrubber in there. So when I'm in the shower, sometimes I'll scrub the walls and then the tub just to like get that done as well. But otherwise, just gonna shake these out, sweep, and then the bathroom's done. All right, and the finished product. Clean carpets and bathroom. There's what I've got, restocked toilet paper. This room is done. All right, next on the agenda is the kitchen. So I started to clear up some stuff. I had a dip party at work for Cinco de Mayo, and I brought in like a Velveeta sausage dip. So I got my crock pot, put all the dips away in the fridge, put that away, and then just got some trash off. But moving on to the next thing. Building a firm foundation in the Lord and, you know, building up a good Christian home for my husband and I and our family is something that's on the top of my mind. And it's like it was heightened ever since I got married. It's like all I think about and all I want to dedicate myself to. So it is easy for me to get discouraged when I see areas of my home that need work. I automatically feel like I'm, you know, lacking in those areas. But I just have to give myself grace because, you know, there isn't all negativity when it comes to working and trying to be a good homemaker. It's nice to be able to honestly leave the house for a few hours and come back with a fresh pair of eyes and see things I didn't see before, and to kind of, you know, have a new perspective and be able to enjoy being home that much more. So I definitely can appreciate the sense of value that working and homemaking has given me. Those dishes took up like 3/4 of my sink, but finally got that done. Wiped everything down, and so I'm going to dry some stuff and put it away. And then I'm going to sweep and call it for the kitchen. So yes, the feeling of living a double life can definitely have its pros and cons, but if you're in my position and you're having to split your time between two places, then, you know, you have a different perspective on homemaking. And as long as you have a healthy, happy home, that's all you could really ask for. Even if you have clothes everywhere, if you know the bed's never made, if you can really only get to a few chores, maybe only a couple times, and not often at all, it's totally fine. I mean, at the end of the day, as long as you have the basics and rely on the Lord to provide for you, that's really all you need. Everything else is a bonus. But if you have the urge to want to make your home, well, then do it, because it's definitely something that, can help your family and build a good foundation. Just wanted to share this book that I'm reading right now. So it's Knowing Scripture from R.C. Sproul, and I'm on chapter 3, and there's 6 or 7 chapters in here, so I'm almost halfway through, and let's see, I think there's 7 chapters. Anyway, I really enjoyed this book so far. I like reading books that I think about when I'm not reading them, and especially when it comes to like biblical commentaries. So this one, I have been thinking about it, even like in the morning getting ready or before bed. I'm like thinking about like certain things that it's mentioning in here. So just wanted to say this is a good read. All right, I pretty much have the house where I want it. Get this out. Okay, so kitchen is clean. I kind of piled up my trash over there, and voila, we have a clean area to work with. Very pleased. I got my shoes and stuff out of there, and we'll worry about the top section later. But I got this new stand for my coffee maker and microwave. The microwave doesn't quite fit. It like sticks out a little bit, but it does its job. So it's been a good addition. So living room is pretty much clean. So I just folded some extra blankets, cleared off some paperwork here. I usually bring in the mail and just drop it off there. I have flowers on the side by my fireplace I gotta worry about later. So there's some petals on the ground over there and over there. My little bookcase over there. So I've been trying, I have read a lot of those books in there. I'm trying to reread them. A lot of them I have skimmed. And like I saved a lot of the ones that I had when I was in college. So a lot of them I've read, but I haven't read very thoroughly, or I've kind of just like looked through a bunch of the chapters, and I made sure to keep a lot of the biblical books that I got from college. So I'm on a quest to reread my whole library over there, my mini library. And then I have cute little stickers to put on once I complete it. That's like my library. So that I can keep track of which books I read. But I have pretty much conquered the house, and I've conquered everything. I'm going to make some food and probably keep reading, light a candle, and enjoy the night. Thanks for watching.